Hi, everybody, and welcome to Diana Focus on Now. I am super excited that you are here with me. We are going to talk about something that I have been wanting to talk about for a very long time, and is actually reflecting on 2020 and 2021, and actually reflecting those and then convert it into what you really want to do for 2022. So, I just want to say welcome to everybody. I'm Diana, and this is Diana Focus on Now, a place where dreamers like you can do what they love and trust themselves. This is what we're going to do in this channel. So, before we start, I just wanted you to take a notebook, whatever notebook you have, or journal, whatever you want. Have a pen, like a highlighter, whatever you do, and then a normal pen. Okay, so just have those, whatever works for you, but have those in hand because I'm going to give you questions for you to write down for reflection. So you can literally just pause the video and reflect on it. Meanwhile, we're working both here live. So you can pause the video, work on it, and then play it again. So I'm going to do a couple of questions, and then you can pause it, and then there's going to be even more questions later on. So I will tell you when to pause the video. Okay, so this is going to be even my reflection too for 2020 and 2021. It's been crazy. COVID happened, we're literally 2021. 2020 was like a whole year that everybody like reset, right? And then 2020, I feel like we were starting to like, okay, we're getting used to COVID lifestyle, everything like that. And now we're literally finishing this year, 2021. And I wanted to reflect on 2020, how it really looks like for you. So here are the quick questions that I have for you. So you can write them down. So let me say them. So first things, write down, like make a list of the things that you liked about 2020 and 2021, both of them. Because I feel like it's kind of like a whole year at this point. So things that you liked, write them down. Things that you didn't like, write them down. And then things that you have learned, like lessons that you have learned, some things that you're like, I really learned from this. I really want to like take away from this year 2020, 2021. What you have learned from those 2 years until now, right? So you can pause this video and then write them down as you go. Just let it flow, right? That's why I told you to bring the notebooks. And now, remember that this is just a quick reminder saying that we were all on the same page at this point. 2020, we were all like chaos, everything was going everywhere. A lot of people lost their jobs, didn't know where to live. A lot of businesses went broke or almost went broke. So it was a whole lot of things going on. And even personally, you were like in lockdown, quarantine, everything. So I really would just want you to reflect that the whole world was on the same page. So that is very like unique too, because this doesn't happen like all the time. So like Olympics, we're all kind of the same page, but the whole world was on the same page as you. So don't feel like you're alone suffering from the quarantine. Everybody was doing quarantine lockdowns, and there's even people that are still in lockdowns right now. So I just wanted to say to be comfort you, saying that we're all on the same page right now. So we're going to look at this in a positive way. I know there was a lot of things going on in your lives too. And I just wanted you to write those down and let it flow. That's my first thing. But we're going to look at this in the positive side. So we were all on the same page. Now in 2021, it's a year to like freshen up, learn, be creative, and do what you love. I feel like I've looked at a lot of like entrepreneurs, even my friends, my coworkers, all of those people. I've learned that if they love what they do, they're still in the job that they love. If they didn't love what they do, they either lost their jobs or like changed their jobs for some reason. So it's a good reason to change your job in once in a while just to refresh if you want to, obviously. But if you love what they do, then you can stay. But this 2021, I feel like it was also a reflection of, okay, let me really sit down. That's why I want you to sit down with me. Really think about what really do you really want to do? Do you want to work, in call centers, or do you want to work in a corporate life, or do you want to be an entrepreneur, or do you want to be an assistant? What do you really want to do? And I feel like a lot of people and a lot of people that have told me too that a lot of people are now reflecting on actually applying to jobs now, not just applying because of I need money, but applying because what they really are passionate about. And that is so key because that's technically what I'm doing this channel for, because I am passionate about talking to you guys about self motivation, self worth, all of those things, planning. And this is kind of like a perfect timing to do that transition if you didn't have it already. So, have that transition and creating that new path for you. So, change, I know it's hard and it's challenging, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it because you have to learn that challenges are things that you're going to grow with. So, if there's a new challenge, there's a new challenge for you to grow more. So, if there's no challenge at all, like in the whole world, there's not going to be any challenges that you're going to be at the same thing, the same level the whole time because there's nothing that's going to be challenging and it lets you grow. Okay. So that's why it's even worth it because then you have that growing aspect of it too. So now that we have that clear for 2020, 2021, where you clear on really what you want to do, now it's time to focus on 2022. And 2022, I feel like it's super close, and that's why I really want to do it right now because I also that for me, it's kind of like we're already in quarter 4, so it's kind of like we're already ending the year. Everybody's like getting ready for Christmas. We're already in Halloween, apparently. I don't even know. So a lot of things we're kind of like ending that. So that kind of like little push we have that time frame before 2022 to make those changes and make those things that you want to do so you can start 2022 in a better way. So here are the questions for you for 2022 so you can reflect on. So where do you want to be in 2022? I literally asked myself today and I literally wrote that down here in my notebook. And I really want you to think about really where you want to be. Where you want to be. Do you want to be working in a job? Do you want to be starting a new business? Do you want to start a new YouTube channel? Do you want to cook? What do you really want to do? What's your passion? And where you look yourself in 2022? So, where do you want to live in 2022? And then be specific on how does your life look like in 2022? Where do you want to be in 2022? Live, where do you want to live? How does it look like? Do you work from remotely or do you work on an office or do you work in Paris and then you go to Amsterdam? What does it really look like? And be specific. Then also, what do you want to do in your free time? That is also very key because, work is not everything. You have that work balance. So if you do what you love, so it's not like, oh my God, I have to work, you're like having fun working. I know it sounds weird when I say that, but you actually can have fun working because you do what you love. And then what do you do in your free time? Do you read books? Do you go traveling during like a small hike or whatever it might be? Just think about what you're going to do in your free time, but also where you want to be at your work professional life. Let me just grab some tea. And then what events do you want to do for 2022? So big events, like I want to go to this concert. Oh, I want to go get this big job. Or, I want to go travel to Italy for a week. What are those big things that you want to accomplish, big events that you want to accomplish for 2022? Now you can pause the video, write those down, and then you can play again. Now, I'm going to just read over the questions again so we are all clear so you can write them down. So the first one is, where do you want to be in 2022? What job do you have? Are you starting a new business? What are you passionate about? Where do you want to live? How does your life look like? Kind of like daily actions that you're taking, like do you read in the morning and then in the afternoon you meditate? What are those things? What do you do on your free time? What events do you do in 2021, the big events? So you can pause that video and write those down. Remember, notebook and pens, super important. Okay, I'm just giving you a little bit of time to reflect. I know there's a lot of information right now. I just wanted to reflect and be like, okay, this is what happened in 2020, 2021. This is where I am right now, right? And then where do you want to go? So that's kind of like the flow of what you should do, even planning, whatever planning, even projects, whatever you would do. So obviously look first at the past. What do you have learned? What do you didn't like? What do you like? What are you right now? Your income status, whatever you want to do. All those things. Really be present on where you are right now, physically, and be like, okay, I'm here in my office in Colombia, doing this life with you guys. So really just close your eyes for a minute and imagine this new version of you in 2022. So just sit down, close your eyes, gonna a quick minute, and just really think about how do you feel with this version? What things are coming up? They're like, oh, I want to do this, or I want to do that, or oh, I want to I read this book that I haven't read for a while. What are those things that you want to do for 2022? I'm just going to give you another minute to just sit down and reflect. And then also just breathe in and out very calmly. Don't be like, oh my God, so many things to do, but just breathe. There's no rush, there's no time frame for this. You just have right now to do it. Take your time. Now we are going to do another quick questions that are, how are you going to transform into this new version of you? So you're right now this version, today's version of you, but how are you going to be that 2022 version of you tomorrow? Just write those things down, like, oh, I should do this. Habits are super key for transforming your life. Not even books, like books too, but the daily habits are key in actually to transform your life completely. So it's very key to write down those habits, that what is that 2022 version of you will look like. What do they do in the morning, in the afternoon? Do they take lunch breaks? Do they, whatever they do? So here, what are the things that you're going to transform into this new version? And then the other thing is things that you need to do in order to be this new version. So you wrote those things down, you can pause the video today, right now. So you can write those two things down. So the first one is, how are you going to transform into this new version of you? And the second is things that you need to do in order to become this new version of you. Then you can pause the video, and then here is going to be literally a whole list of things that you're like, okay, I need to do this, need to work out, need to do this, need to do that. But also, I just wanted to remind you that we sometimes push ourselves a little too far, and we're like, oh yes, I'm at 7 a.m. we're gonna go, at 5 a.m. I'm gonna go to the gym, and then at 6 I'm gonna read, and then at 7 I'm going to eat lunch, eat breakfast, and then at 8 I'm gonna do my meetings, and then I start my day from 8 and then until 11, and then at noon I'm going to do lunch, and then be so rigid, but be a little bit rigid and a little bit flexible. So it all depends on how you do it. If you like rigid, structured planning life, and then, or if you just like, oh, I just wake up, do what I really feel like doing. To feel like reading, but or do I feel like painting today, those kind of feelings. So just do a combination of both, obviously whatever works for you, but this is very key in order to actually stay on track with those things that you're going to do to become this 2022 version of you. So I'm just going to see if we have any questions here. I'm going to have some tea. Any other questions, you can obviously just write them down in the comments. I'm super happy to look at them and then just tell you like, oh, you should do this, or I recommend you to do this, or whatever you need. So this is it for today's live. I am super excited that it went amazing. I'm so excited that you're here. And I also wanted to tell you that I'm going to release a video on Mondays and Fridays. Mondays and Fridays. So Fridays are most likely to be live, like right now. And then on Mondays are going to be the recorded ones. So we're going to talk about like self-worth, self-motivation, planning. We're going to talk about how to actually plan like the quarter, everything like that. So we're going to talk about all of those things. Any questions that you have about this channel, questions about me, you can leave them on the comment and I will be happy to respond to you guys. Thank you so much for being here, and happy Halloween, I guess. I think it's tomorrow. I don't know. I'm like a little bit of everywhere right now. Thank you guys for joining, and I will see you next time. Bye.